The boardroom was silent, except for the ticking of the clock on the wall. Ethan Cross, the CEO of a global corporation, sat alone at the long mahogany table. He had everything people dreamed of: power, wealth, and respect. Yet, his penthouse at night echoed with nothing but emptiness. His family had long passed, and the loneliness gnawed at him more than he cared to admit. That's when fate intervened, on a rainy afternoon that didn't seem any different from the rest. Ethan had just stepped out of his car when a tiny voice stopped him. "Excuse me, mister?" He turned and saw her. A little girl, no older than 6, standing by the entrance of the building, her clothes damp from the drizzle, clutching a worn-out teddy bear. Her eyes, big, brown, and shimmering with a mix of hope and sadness, locked on him. Ethan frowned. "Are you lost?" She shook her head timidly. "No, but I don't have a papa. Can you be my daddy forever?" The word struck him like lightning. Ethan froze, unsure how to react. He, a man who closed billion-dollar deals without flinching, suddenly couldn't find a single word. "I'm sorry, sweetheart," he finally said softly, kneeling to meet her eye level. "Where's your mom?" The girl bit her lip and pointed toward a cafe across the street. Inside, a woman in a waitress uniform was rushing from table to table. Exhausted, overwhelmed, but still smiling through it all. The resemblance was clear: the little girl's mother. Ethan escorted the girl back, his mind swirling. When the woman noticed, she rushed over, panic in her eyes. "Lily! You can't just run off like that." She grabbed her daughter's hand, then looked at Ethan. "I'm so sorry, sir. She's still getting used to things." "No harm done," Ethan replied gently. But something about her words tugged at him. Still getting used to things. Over the following weeks, Ethan found himself drawn back to that same cafe. He told himself it was the coffee, but he knew better. He watched as the woman, Amelia, worked tirelessly to provide for her daughter. He learned that Lily's father had passed away in an accident 2 years ago, leaving them with nothing but debts and memories. Amelia took double shifts just to keep a roof over their heads. What Ethan didn't expect was how the little girl clung to him every time he came by. Lily would chatter endlessly about school, about her teddy bear, about how she wished she had someone to walk her home. And slowly, Ethan felt the icy walls around his heart begin to crack. One evening, Lily tugged at his sleeve and whispered, "You're always alone, aren't you? Just like me." The words hit harder than any business rival ever had. She saw through him, the loneliness he thought he had buried beneath his empire. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He stared out over the glittering city skyline, but all he could see were those innocent eyes asking him for something far greater than money or status. A family. The turning point came on a snowy December night. Ethan had invited Amelia and Lily to his company's Christmas charity gala. Surrounded by glittering lights and well-dressed guests, Lily slipped away from the crowd. When Ethan found her, she was standing by the towering Christmas tree, looking small and fragile. "Everyone here has someone," she whispered, tears glistening in her eyes. "But I only have Mommy. I want a daddy too." Then, with trembling hands, she held out a small crayon drawing, 3 figures holding hands, her mom, and him. Ethan's throat tightened. He dropped to one knee, his chest aching with emotions he hadn't felt in years. He pulled her close, his voice rough but steady. "Lily. I can't promise to be perfect. But I promise, I'll never let you feel alone again." From across the room, Amelia saw them, her daughter clinging to the man who had been a stranger just weeks ago, now becoming something more than she could have ever hoped for. It wasn't instant magic. There were challenges, doubts, and the slow weaving of trust. But over time, laughter replaced loneliness. The once empty penthouse echoed with Lily's giggles and Amelia's soft singing. For Ethan, who had thought life was nothing more than contracts and cold boardrooms, this unexpected family became his greatest success story. And for Lily, the little girl who once begged for a daddy, her wish had finally come true. Because sometimes, the most powerful deals in life aren't signed with ink, but sealed with love.